What's up, fisher people? It's cold. I waited till it was above freezing to launch the boat, which was about 10:30. It's 33 degrees right now. Water temps dipped down a little bit after that cold night for sure. And drove around here a little bit until I marked a few fish that I'm going to try to catch first with a minnow and then pull out the jigging Rap. No particular plan today. It's just cold and I'm just going to fish and whatever it takes to get them in the boat. So try to stay warm and see what happens. Hope for a few good bites. First cast with the jigging Rap. By the time I got back to the boat, I was working it straight up and down. And this fish took it. Feels like a decent one. Decent's the right word. Probably an 18, 19 incher. All right. We got fish snapping already. That's good. Try to be careful with the net today. Not make any gaffes there. Things are gonna be tough dealing with cold and gloves and all that kind of stuff, but we're just gonna take our time, be careful, and have some fun, catch some fish. Everything's a little tougher when it's this cold. And there's a little bit of wind out there too. So, success. Fish in the boat though. Wow, second cast with the jigging Rap. The jigging Rap bite's on this morning. That's cool. Try to keep this out of my dead stick. I got a dead stick minnow there and I got the camera out here. This might get awkward, but see how big this fish is. It is in my jig. Another nice fish. Not huge, but nice. We're getting those quality mid-range fish anyway. I shouldn't say mid-range. Mid-range is more in the 21 to 24 or 5 range, but quality eater fish, not small fish. Nice 17, 18s. Give this spot a little time, see if there's some bigger ones in here. That's the whole point of freezing your butt off out here. Man, 2 fish in and my hands are just burning. Oh, it's cold. It is so cold. It is supposed to get up to 42 maybe today. 42 will feel really nice compared to 32. Oh, might have missed one there on my third cast. They're feeding well. They're feeding well in here. It's on a deep rocky point, fishing about 28 to 30 feet, and it drops off really quickly to 60. Just what you want. And I think I'm 3 bites on 3 casts potentially there, 2 in the boat, so we'll keep working this for a little while, I think. What do you think? Trophy caliber? That may be the tiniest walleye I've ever caught. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's darn close. Moved a couple spots here. Got to this one. Threw a few casts. Finally hooked up with a little meat eater. Nothing special. Probably won't be here too much longer. Might be my last cast. Not really finding what I want to find quite yet. Just some pedestrian eater fish as I'm eating myself. Still all jig and wrap oriented. I did have one minnow get stolen, but it wasn't much of a bite. It could have even been a tiny little smallmouth, so. Still kind of on the hunt. Even though I managed to catch a few quick ones, I do think this cold front kind of has the fish off a little bit to start with. And it's a big, not super strong, but it's east wind. Yesterday was east wind too, which typically happens when you get fronts like that. So this initial drop, I think, has got him a little off, not terribly active. I'm not marking a ton of fish. Hopefully that picks up later in the day as this kind of settles in and the temperatures warm ever so slightly. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect today. Haven't really gotten into anything great, haven't seen anything great on the graph yet. Might need some time. Boy, it's been a while. It's 2 o'clock right now. I finally hooked into a little something. Started looking around for something better after those first 3 not anything special fish, and just not finding a lot at all. Most of the fish are like in 28 to 33 feet of water and just looking very inactive, like very, when you do mark them, they're almost imperceptible. They almost look like rocks on the bottom. They're just very pancaked to the bottom of the lake. And I think it's that front that came through. So it's been tough to find fish, and then when you do, to get any bites. So covered a lot of ground. I'm gonna cover a lot more. I'm gonna cover a lot more. The sun came out a little bit. It's a little warmer. That could help some things. And the wind's moderating somewhat. So it's not quite so cold and tough to fish, but bites are far and few between so far. We'll see what happens. There's a fish on the minnow with the first cast on a new spot. I think I found some more active, shallower fish here. Oh, he just freaking got off. He kept diving hard under the boat. I kept trying to turn that dang camera. Felt like a decent one. Didn't get to see him. Finally got one hooked up on the jig again. I missed a ton of them in between the last one. Though I think they might mostly be bass. This one's definitely a bass. Gotta be some walleyes in here. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Anyway, there's the bass. We'll keep after it. I don't know, maybe all these are just smallies. That first one I had on felt like a walleye. But as many as I've missed and now caught 2 of these, I think it's smallmouth pecking at it. So, ooh. Maybe it's time to move on. I don't know. I was wanting to figure out what I was seeing and what I was getting bit off by. And now I may know. Got another one on the jig here. It's a nice fish. It's a nice fish. Oh, there we go. Wow. What a grind today, my goodness. What a freaking grind. The bite's been just so light. That fish grabbed it and let go a couple different times. But it's a nice one. It's a nice fish there. Nice. 20 or so. 19 and a half. It's something. See ya. Yeah, I think this front's just really got these fish put off. I mean, in the long run, it'll help dropping these temps, but for today, it's just nothing much going. Whew. Better throw another cast there. Maybe we can get 2 here. Got him. Wow, that bite's light. Holy cow. Oh, they're just barely, like you can't really mark many of them. And when they bite, they just gum it. They're just gumming it down there. Goodness sakes. Feels like a nice fish though. It is a nice fish. Keep my angle right. Get too horizontal, he's gonna get off. Nice! Nice. We're sitting at 4:20 in the afternoon, and they're finally starting to gobble up some minnows. That one's 20 and a half as opposed to 19 and a half. Back-to-back casts though. Have we got on something? This is just a classic negative fish post front situation. Like, you can't mark them very well, so you almost just have to pick some spots and give them a shot. And I'm just pulling that minnow along the bottom. Like I put a minnow out on a drop shot a bunch today with just no success whatsoever. And I'm just pulling it along the bottom ever so slightly, and once in a while, you almost feel like you pulled into a rock and it's a fish just latching onto it. And I just kind of hold it there like that might be a fish. I hold it there and wait to see if they kind of move. And he's moving a little bit. He let it go. And like if you hold it there, feel that weight, and every once in a while they'll just kind of do this with the rod tip, and that's about it. And it's really hard to know when to actually go for it and set the hook, honestly. Super hard. I've missed plenty of fish today. Sometimes you gotta let them chew it, and other times it's just a total judgment call. But they're just so non-committal, and in the morning, they hit those jigging wraps pretty good. The first 3 fish, and then that 4th one came quite a ways later, but I have not had any luck with the reaction bite the last few times I've tried it. So I'm just crawling minnows around. It's painfully slow, but it's getting some bites. So I'm glad the minnow bite is kind of working. That's cool, that's fun. I like the jig bite. But man, this really tries your patience to just tease these fish out. And when to set the hook is just such a crapshoot. Well, we got 2 nice fish there, 19 and a half, 20 and a half. I'm hoping there's a few more in here yet. If not, I'll go to another spot and I'll just keep working the program. I do think the later we get in the day, water warms a little bit. You get closer to that low light period. I might have to stay out for the evening bite again today because I'm feeling lacking in hook sets. So that could be a good thing. That could be a good bite too. Yeah, those are the things to look for. They'll get more fired up as we get further away from this cold front and further into the real fall bite, which I really like when it starts to get near 50 degrees. You get upper 40s, low 50s, it's like pretty good stuff. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for. Got him. Just crawling it down there. Holy cow. Holy cow. Another decent fish. This is the first thing I've kind of put together. 3 fish on one spot. That's a little smaller, but not bad. 17, 18. We'll keep working it. It might just keep picking up as the evening rolls on. We'll see. That one actually kind of thumped it. That little spunky guy. I felt the thunk and just set the hook immediately on that one. They start thumping it good. We'll be in really good shape. I want the big ones to thump it though, not the little guys. 4 on the same spot though. Bite's getting slower and finicky-er, which is not what I expected. Yeah, we got that one. I think I need to go closer to the ramp and fish some of those areas. I was hoping if this is like really gonna get on fire, maybe I would just rock it here until 30 minutes to sundown and then zip back. But I think I'm gonna head back there now, try to get on the evening bite closer there. So I'll catch up with you later. I got back near my launch point and I actually hooked up on the jigging wrap. Threw a couple casts of the minnow without much luck. The jigging wrap got me a decent 18 or so. Felt the bite on the drop. Slammed the hook shut right in the lip. And like I've said before, when you get with these close front conditions, it seems to be the smaller fish here that kind of perk up first, you know, that sort of stuff. And the bigger ones usually come shortly thereafter, so another day or two, or maybe yet this evening, who knows, we'll get some bigger ones. But for the time being, we'll take what we get. We're getting bites and catching fish, and we'll just wait for them hoggers to show up tonight, tomorrow, the next day, whenever they come. So this feels like a good fish on the jigging wrap. It's got weight. Is it snagged or is it a good fish? Somewhere in the middle, I think. Somewhere in the middle. Yeah, decent fish snagged. Not huge. Again, catching fish. And my dead stick minnow has a little fish. And it's off. Dang it. There's been a little fish playing with that minnow for quite some time. He finally decided to grab it, apparently. He's going after it again. Persistent little thing. Persistent little thing. Got a walleye up here fairly shallow in about 18 feet, but again, not a very big one, so